talking golf clubs with Mike Yagley from Cobra, and once a design is finished, it has to go through an approval process by an outside agency,
Yes.
and everything has to, add up and meet the check marks for everything to go well. What if things didn't have to go through that process? Where could technology take us? What could you create that would see golfers get like a huge benefit out of the equipment that they would playing?
That's a great question. And I think here's one of the ironies around that is we could do some things with golf clubs that would allow the average player, the non-Ricky Fowlers of the world, the non-elite players of the world,
Right.
actually get more gains than Ricky and his friends would. And some of the stuff Ricky wouldn't even want to play. So where the rules are trying to, and the governing body is trying to, protect the game
Mm-hmm.
and have everyone, basically use similar equipment, right? So it's a true test of the golfer. Also, blatantly, they are very concerned about making sure those players don't hit it any farther, making sure that those players, and it's a true test of their skill,
Okay.
right? It doesn't make the game easier for them. And some of the stuff we do, we'd put really aggressive grooves on wedges for players because they just don't have the club head speed. They don't hit down on it like a tour player would hit down on it. Tour players wouldn't necessarily want to put that in the bag,
Right.
We saw when they kind of, I would say, reduced the aggressiveness of grooves a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
The PGA Tour players actually hit it closer to the hole.
Yeah, they were fine.
Right? They were fine, right? That was a detriment to everyone else, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I built a golf club, or we built a golf club that was, let's say, 550 cc's, super, super forgiving, gave you a couple miles an hour more club head or ball speed because it's a little bit more resilient face,
Mm-hmm.
You might be able to get 15, 20 yards out of that thing. Ricky Fowler and his friends would never play that golf club, ironically, right? So those are just, some examples of some things that we could do where we could give benefit to the average player, have them have more fun playing golf, and the tour players wouldn't even touch it.
Yeah, really, what it would do is kind of equalize the game. 'Cause, I mean, just talking about wedge design itself, I don't go at the ball hard or aggressive like a Ricky Fowler would around the short because I'm afraid of hitting the ball 40 yards over the green.
Yeah.
But if I have something that's going to help me with that a little bit and maybe generate some spin and kind of be like a safeguard for me, if I don't have to go at it aggressive, but the technology is still going to work for me, that would make the game a little bit more enjoyable.
It would, and actually we've got some stuff downstairs where the grooves are so aggressive that you could spin a hardcover two-piece golf ball, like literally enough that you could get it to stop on a 50-yard shot. You actually have to adjust how you play with clubs like that. You can be a little bit more aggressive, take more of a full swing at it, and trust after a couple shots, wow, this ball's going to stop. Again, tour player, no interest in something like that.
Right.
The average guy or gal, right, that could be a very versatile golf club. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
And the other end of the spectrum, so we've put a sensor into our driver, Cobra Connect, partnering with Arcos,
Okay.
and the USGA does not want electronics on board a golf club that can measure actual swing characteristics, right?
Okay.
They don't want you to access that kind of data or even your normal just shot data, like where did it go during a round of golf. And I respect the not wanting to give a player swing type information during a round of golf because
Yeah.
that could have a huge impact on how a player plays.
Right.
But at the same time, you can walk out with a caddy, and that caddy could whisper anything you want in your ear about how you're playing, what club to play,
That's a good point.
right? So imagine a world where you do have enough measurement capability on board or in your pocket that you can start getting some feedback on, and also some assistance, not just feedback on what you're doing, but some assistance on like what you should do. Okay? You walk up to a hole and you suddenly are faced with your 2 up, right?
Okay.
4 to go, and making a par on a hole or even a bogey on a hole isn't a bad thing, because
Right.
your playing partner or your opponent's going to have to get pretty aggressive to beat you.
Mhm.
So where should you hit it to have the best opportunity to make par or bogey? Caddie stand there next to you, he's going to tell you all sorts of stuff, right? Imagine a system that could do something like that.
Virtual caddy.
Exactly. Yeah, and those are some of the things that I think golfers would really, really appreciate. The technology's coming. We have the ability to measure. We're going to have the ability to make those kind of predictions.
That's cool.
Those are the things that, if some of the current rules by the governing body was, relaxed just a tiny bit,
Mhm.
we could make the game more enjoyable. Potentially, you could actually play a little bit faster, because, here's what you should do to have a great hole here, Dean. The funny thing is I don't believe that's going to necessarily have a huge impact on the ultimate test of what a player has to do. Because I could tell you all the things you should do. You know what you have to do when it's all over?
I have to do it.
You got to hit the shot.
You could tell me to hit the ball in the middle of the green
Yeah.
every single time.
Yeah.
And I'll probably hit it away from the green or in the water or in the trees half of the time that I have to hit that shot.
Exactly.
And then we get in an argument and things don't go so well. So if that information's in my pocket, I could either just turn the phone off or whatever device it is off and then ignore it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if I ignore it, then you're going to get a little angry with me. It's going to be a long day.
It could be. It could be. I get fired. Yeah. So there are lots of things we can do equipment-wise that could help the average player hit it longer, more accurately, right?
Mhm.
And then there's things from a measurement and an awareness and a sharing information standpoint that could make the game a heck of a lot more enjoyable. So overall, like I said, a little more distance, a little more accuracy, and a lot more fun.
That's what golf is.
Exactly.
Golf's fun.
Yes.